Chapter 6 Leo. How did he die? Leo asked. I mean, Beckendorf. Will Solace trudged ahead. Explosion. Beckendorf and Percy Jackson blew up on a cruise ship full of monsters. Beckendorf didn't make it out. There was that name again, Percy Jackson. Annabeth's missing boyfriend. That guy must have been in everything around here, Leo thought. So Beckendorf was pretty popular? Leo asked. I mean, before he blew up? He was awesome, Will agreed. It was hard on the whole camp when he died. Jake, he became a head counselor in the middle of the war. Same as I did, actually. Jake did his best, but he never wanted to be leader. He just likes building stuff. Then after the war, things started going wrong. Cabin 9 chariot blew up. Their automatons went haywire. Their inventions started to malfunction. It was like a curse, and eventually people started calling it that. The curse of Cabin 9. Then Jake had his accident. Which had something to do with the problem he mentioned, Leo guessed. They're working on it, Will said without enthusiasm. And here we are. The forge looked like a steam-powered locomotive had smashed into a green Parthenon, and they had fused together. White marble columns lined the soot-stained walls. Chimneys pumped smoke over an elaborate gable carved with a bunch of gods and monsters. The building sat at the edge of a stream, with several water wheels turning a series of bronze gears. Leo heard machinery grinding inside, fires roaring and hammers ringing on anvils. They stepped through the doorway, and a dozen guys and girls who had been working on various projects all froze. The noise died down to the roar of the forge and the clink, clink, clink of gears and levers. "Sup, guys?" Will said. "This is your new brother, Leo. What's your last name?" "Valdez." Leo looked around at the other campers. He was really related to all of them? His cousins came from some big families, but he'd always just had his mom, until she died. Kids came up and started shaking hands and introducing themselves. Their names blurred together. Shane, Christopher, Nissa, Harley. Yeah, like the motorcycle. Leo knew he'd never keep everybody straight. Too many of them. Too overwhelming. None of them looked like the others. All different face types, skin tone, hair color, height. You'd never think, hey, look, it's a Festus bunch. But they all had powerful hands, rough with calluses and stained with engine grease. Even little Harley, who couldn't have been more than 8, looked like he could go 6 rounds with Chuck Norris without breaking a sweat. All the kids had shared a kind of sadness. Their shoulders slumped like their life had been beaten down pretty hard. Several looked like they'd been physically beat up too. Leo counted 2 arm slings, 1 pair of crutches, an eye patch, 6 ace bandages, and about 7,000 band-aids. "Well, all right," Leo said. "I hear this is the party cabin." Nobody laughed. They all just stared at him. Will Solace patted Leo's shoulder. "I'll leave you guys to get acquainted. Somebody show Leo to dinner when it's time." "I got it," one of the girls said. Nissa, Leo remembered. She wore camo pants, a tank top that showed off her buff arms, and a red bandana over a mop of dark hair. Except for the smiley face band-aid on her chin, she looked like one of those female action heroes. Like any second she was going to grab a machine gun and start mowing down all evil aliens. "Cool," Leo said. "Always wanted a sister who could beat me up." Nissa didn't smile. "Come on, Joker boy, I'll show you around." Leo was no stranger to workshops. He'd grown up around grease monkeys and power tools. His mom used to joke that his first pacifier was a lug wrench, but he'd never seen any place like the camp forge. One guy was working on a battle axe. He kept testing the blade on a slab of concrete. Each time he swung, the axe cut into the slab like it was warm cheese. But the guy looked unsatisfied and went back to honing the edge. "What's he planning to kill with that thing?" Leo asked. "A battleship?" "You never know, even with celestial bronze." "That's the metal?" She nodded. "Mined all the way from Mount Olympus itself. Extremely rare. Anyways, it usually disintegrates monsters on contact, but big powerful ones have notoriously tough hides. Drakens, for instances." "You mean dragons?" "Similar species. You'll learn the difference in monster fighting class." "Monster fighting class? Yeah, I already got my black belt in that." She didn't crack a smile. Leo hoped she wasn't this serious all the time. His dad's side of the family had to have some sense of humor, right? They passed a couple of guys making a bronze wind-up toy. At least that's what it looked like. It was a 6-inch tall centaur, half man, half horse, armed with a miniature bow. One of the campers cranked the centaur's tail, and it whirred to life. It galloped across the table, yelling, "Die, mosquito! Die, mosquito!" and shooting everything in sight.